Hey there, and welcome to Movers and Mints Daily for August 21st, 2022. My name's Goldie, and this is your daily show where I cover the most popular Solana NFT projects in the past 24 hours, and I cover a popular upcoming mint. Today's top 5 projects, not much of a surprise to us. There is one, though, that did creep in there with a ton of movement, so we'll dive into that. And the mint that we're going to be covering is a comic-based project with ex-Marvel artists. So a very cool one. We're obviously going to dive into that. Before we get started, I always want to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor. So please do your own research and never be willing to put up more money than you can afford to lose in anything. And secondly, subscribe. It makes my day. I really put a lot of work into this on a daily basis. So subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, let me know what you think, share it with a friend. Any interaction is greatly appreciated. So having gotten all that out of the way, let's dive into the top 5 projects in the past 24 hours, starting with number 5. And that's going to be the one I mentioned, Monkai. Now this one has been around since late July, I believe. So it's not like they're a brand new project. Taking a look at their analytics here, it looks like July 26th is when they might have launched. But they've had meteoric growth in the past 24 hours, and for the first time in a while, just an aside, the top 5 NFT projects have day over day positive growth. So I know we're in a bear market, so any sight of hope is always a good thing, and I think that's a good sign right there. So moving on past that though, so the floor price for Monkai is 1.9. It's an anime NFT collection. Now, what I think is surprising here is they've done 1.3 thousand in Solana traded in the past 24 hours. It's a 3,666% increase over, day over day. So something's probably going on with these guys. Whenever we see something like that occur, an anomaly, that typically means they made some kind of announcement. So if anime is your thing and you find this interesting, go ahead, dive into it, take a look for yourself. And they seem to be onto something in the past 24 hours. So we'll see if that momentum carries on to tomorrow. And let's move on to number 4. And we're just going to run through a couple oldies but goodies here. The OK Bears first, creeping back up. They're at that floor price of 55. They dipped below 50 for a cup of coffee, we'll say. But they're going back up. They're just about to hit that 2 million Solana all-time mark, which is incredibly impressive. They're not going anywhere. They don't have any issues, at least in my opinion. They're a premier blue chip project, and they'll be back. They're just a victim of the bear market. See, that's wishful thinking right there. But we're going to move on to number 3, and number 3 is Vandals. So they've made some waves since they've come into the scene. We see them consistently in the top 5. They've got the top spot a couple times, 14.1 floor price. So we'll take a look at their analytics here. The analytics of Vandals, they continue to creep up. I mean, you want to take it, this is their 1 week graph, but if you take a look all time, I mean, 14.1 floor is the highest that they really have been since their mint back in early June. So they're building momentum, they're steady, they're consistent, they're growing. 96,987 all-time Solana volume. So they're just under that 100K mark, which is always an impressive feat. So good for them. Cool looking art. And if you're interested in this, take a look at it. And all the links for everything I'm talking about are going to be in the description below, as always. Let's move on to number 2, and this one, of course, is up here to the DeGods. 295 floor, though, so they're creeping back to that 300 floor. Taking a look at their analytics here, you can see all time they did get up to 400. That's their peak. But this is the highest that they've been in some time. 325 was in early August for a second, but I think they're going to catch that and eclipse that soon. 874,000 in total volume all time. Impressive stuff. Don't need to go on in any more detail with them because they are the project on the Solana blockchain. So let's move on to number 1, and it's Sentries again. These guys are killing it. Floor price at 2.87, which continues to make me really impressed because they've done 3.6 thousand in Solana in the past 24 hours. These guys are hot. Like I always mention, I pull all this stuff up minutes before I go live, and you can see these 4 have sold since I've done that. So they're continuously pumping these guys. They are selling like hotcakes. It's a 121% increase in volume day over day. People are fired up. Get the week started right. Coming in hot. I don't know. But they have made a splash ever since they came into the market, these Sentries. And we'll take a look at their all-time statistics here. All-time as in August 19th, so 2 days ago. They came in at a floor price of 7, so they were up there. But if people think it's going to go up, then people buy in low. Tails all this time, right? So Sentries, number 1 in the past 24 hours. You can take a look at all the projects that I just talked about in the link below. Descriptions about them and links will be there. So let's move on. As always, and every day we talk about a popular upcoming mint. And the way I get there, I always like to let you know, is I go to the drop calendar on Magic Eden, and then I filter by the number of upvotes. You need to log into Magic Eden in order to cast an upvote. So you're not rigging the system, and that's why I have it up this way. And Acid Monkeys caught my attention. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top, which they were not there yesterday. I can promise you that. 2,789 upvotes, which seemingly came overnight. Crazy stuff. It looks like they have a launch date of September 1st at 9:30 UTC. Now, this one is an interesting project because they have ex-Marvel artists. This is a comic book or a comic-themed NFT. I think the art is very unique in telling that they are artists coming from that Marvel universe. Acid Monkeys is a Dark Age comic-inspired PFP collection of 5,000 escaped lab experiments on Solana. The project is backed by a strong focus on lore and community, designed and cultivated by ex-Marvel artists. And you take a look at their website, and you can just totally tell that it is ex-Marvel artists. The styling is very cool. If you're just listening to this, make sure that you do click on the links and check this out. If you are into comics, this one could be the one for you. Now, we've seen a lot of attempts at comic type based NFTs, and not to say that they're failures, but we haven't seen one really separate themselves from the pack. I think we're still waiting to see that. So, hey, a project with ex-Marvel artists, they got the experience. This could be the one. Who knows? Or could be like the rest of them. It's for you to decide, right? So take a look at the website. It's very inclusive about the roadmap and information that you'll need about the project. Always like to just take a quick look at their Twitter. 10.9 thousand followers. The lab has fallen. Rise of the Acid Monkeys. Acid, give monkey acid. Soul coming soon. And they're obviously active. They're getting everyone all hyped up about their project and their launch. So give them a follow if you're interested there. And then finally, we always like to take a look at the roadmap. And I just wanted to show you, if you're listening to the podcast, I apologize, not very podcast friendly here, but I'm in their lore section in their Discord. And you can see kind of the story as to how they got to where they got to, it's the whole backstory as to kind of the explanation why they are who they are. So it's an interesting backstory. You can see the story developing and where it's going to go. And love seeing the statistics in the Discord as well. 15.8 thousand people in the Discord. It's on the Soul Network, 1,000 OG monkeys. And it said acid potions. I'm not really sure what that is. I'd assume maybe whitelist, or I'm not really too sure, but 4,429 out of 5,000 it looks. So you can get whitelisted still. There is a channel that tells you how to get whitelisted. So if this tickles your fancy, go ahead and take a look, try to get whitelisted and start to get involved, because they're going to be launching relatively soon, in about 10, 11 days. And that's going to wrap it up for today's Movers and Mints Daily. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to focus your attention and learn a little bit about the popular NFTs over the past day and an upcoming mint. So go ahead, give this video a like, drop a comment, share it with a friend, share it with one of your normie friends, get them excited about Solana NFTs, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. I pump out a lot of content, not only at Movers and Mints Daily. I just did a live demo of a racing NFT play to earn game that I really like. I'm doing deep dives, I'm doing interviews, podcasts, all kinds of stuff surrounding Solana NFTs. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Remember, my name's Goldie. I'm coming at you daily from Frisco, Texas, and it's August 21st, and we're still asking that question. When's Solana summer? We'll see you tomorrow.